Salam, Mom. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to speak from the heart, as someone who loves Morocco deeply, who understands the frustrations of our youth, and who fears that violence and external interference may harm what we all hold dear. Something historic is happening in Morocco right now. Young people across our cities have risen up, calling themselves Gen Z212 or Z212, demanding change. In this video, I'll explain what is going on, what their demands are, where the risks lie, and how we can hope for a positive path forward. A path that heals, not divides. Long-standing structural issues, high youth unemployment, growing inequality, and underfunded health and education services. A particularly resonant trigger: reports that 8 women died in childbirth at a public hospital in Agadir. Meanwhile, large investments in stadiums for the 2030 World Cup are seen by many as misplaced while basic services suffer. A triggering flashpoint. In Oujda, a protester was seriously injured after being run over by a police vehicle, sparking viral outrage. Many of the youth feel, "We love Morocco, but we cannot silently accept the status quo any longer." Here is where I position myself. Sympathy. I understand the frustration. Any country where its youth see no future, where hospitals fail, where schools deteriorate, these are unacceptable conditions. The youth are right to protest up to a point. But fear. When protests escalate to violence, burning vehicles, looting, clashes with police, the risk is that the message is lost, chaos begins, and innocent people are harmed. Indeed, by Oct 1, authorities reported 263 security personnel and 23 civilians injured and 409 arrests. Internal contradiction. Gen Z212 has called for peaceful protest and distanced themselves from vandalism, but some protest acts have gone beyond their control. Concern about external exploitation. In every mass movement, there is a danger that outside actors, political opportunists, foreign media, or adversaries of Morocco may try to manipulate or inflame divisions. As someone who loves Morocco, we must remain vigilant that our narrative is not hijacked. Risk of alienation. If violence becomes widespread, many moderate Moroccans, like me, might distance ourselves, reducing legitimacy, while the state may crack down more harshly, hurting long-term prospects for reform. The Interior Ministry has affirmed that the right to protest is legal if done via proper procedures and pledged restraint, while saying those who break the law will be treated firmly. The government claims it listens and understands demands and is willing to engage, promising some reforms in health and social sectors. Some government defenders insist that infrastructure spending, including stadiums, is not zero-sum, that modernization and global events also bring benefits. Human rights groups and NGOs have criticized arrests, detention, and security crackdown measures, arguing that they violate constitutional rights of free expression. I believe Morocco's future depends on a balanced approach. Not silence, not chaos, but reform, inclusion, accountability. Here are proposals I would put forward. Open national dialogue. The government should convene forums with youth representatives, civil society, unions, and regional voices to discuss realistic reform roadmaps for health, education, jobs, and regional equity. Concrete, transparent reform commitments, not vague promises, but a timeline, budget transparency, independent oversight. Allocate funds to hospital upgrades, reduce regional disparities, increase teacher numbers, etc. Protect peaceful protest and free expression. The state should ensure legal spaces for dissent. Avoid violence and unlawful arrests and recognize legitimate grievances. Account for misconduct on both sides. The movement must discourage violence and looting. Authorities must hold accountable abuses of force. Youth employment and regional investment. Beyond symbolic stadiums, invest in small businesses, green jobs, and regional development to stem disenchantment. Media literacy and narrative control. Moroccans must own their story. Citizens, youth, and independent media should counter misinformation that harms cohesion. If all sides act responsibly, this moment might become a turning point, one where Morocco reinvigorates trust between its citizens and institutions. In closing, the youth uprising of Z212 is a wake-up call, a message that Morocco cannot rest on past achievements while parts of its people feel left behind. Their anger is justified. The method must be righteous. I stand with my country. I want reforms. I want dignity. I reject violence as a means, but I cannot reject the cry for justice. If we all, government, youth, older generations, act with humility, courage, and respect, Morocco may emerge stronger and more united. Thank you for listening. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and let's keep the conversation alive for Morocco's future.